she makes it look so easy. First, I want to give everyone an update. We had some fog this morning, but there are no delays here at Metro Airport. People are starting to stream inside the doors here. It's packed inside the Delta terminal here. Extra TSA agents at the security checkpoints to help you get through to get to your plane. And Rhonda, this morning, I have got the caution tape out because watch out below. We're right on that fiscal cliff. And if you have a job, get ready to pay. Just how much? I'll tell you next. Look, she says it was 1:30 this morning when she heard a huge explosion right next door. When I mean right next door, take a closer look here. I open up her side door. Her door's blown out here. It is actually melted. And then look at that. That's the house next door that is now in her driveway. And Mike, let me look at my Weather Channel app radar. Right here, guys, we've got another system, or a second round of this system right on our doorstep. Back here live inside the D's shop. It's open for business this morning. And I tell you, what a festive atmosphere down here. On the big screen, they've got the highlights of the Tigers winning it last night, celebrating with that non-alcoholic champagne. The lovely ladies here up so early. Good morning, ladies. They're up. They've been busy, as a matter of fact. Lady just came in here and bought $522 worth of stuff. $522, guys. That's how excited the fans are. Back to you guys. If you're just getting up this morning, do me a favor. Glance up at your screen. I'll show you exactly what you're up against with this fog this morning. Well, this view may give you the best idea of what Ted is dealing with here. We're in the backyard on his deck. This deck is on stilts. You can see the Huron River is coming right over it. Typically, the river is 10 feet below this deck. This is just one of the fire scenes here, right here at Shane and Pierce, and the damage out here is just absolutely stunning. The concern now for firefighters and for neighbors is, when will this arsonist strike again? Hey, good to see you again this morning, Darlene. We are about 18 to 20 miles just northeast of downtown Detroit. And let me tell you, there is a big focus on, let me show you right behind me, this old driveway right here and what may be beneath that driveway. Detroit arson investigators confirming to Local 4 that it was a Molotov cocktail thrown into this house here early this morning. And just take a look at some of the damage done to the front rooms here. Stunning damage, unbelievable destruction from this firebomb. Did you know what to do, or did you just slam on the brakes?
There was no time to even think. It was just a wall of snow, and then as soon as you could see, it was all cars.
I'm always looking for advice like this, and she makes it look so easy. First, I want to give everyone an update. We had some fog this morning, but there are no delays here at Metro Airport. People are starting to stream inside the doors here. It's packed inside the Delta terminal here. Extra TSA agents at the security checkpoints to help you get through to get to your plane. Now let's talk about our local mom who has all this holiday travel down to a science. Hi, folks. New this morning, you will find some TSA agents inside Detroit Metro who are fast, funny, and friendly.
Right in here for me.
With a 20% spike in travelers trying to get through security today and again on Sunday, their goal is to get people checked as quickly as possible. And some travelers are downright pros at holiday travel.
We're pros. Been doing it for since they were born.
Mother of three, Sarah Dubé, has flying with her daughters Catherine, Charlotte, and son John.
And he's
down to a science, even letting the kids pack their own bags, but they have to carry them.
Lots of snacks, games, iPads.
What's different this year, new TSA rules for seniors over 75 and for kids under 12.
It's nice now that they don't all have to take their shoes off, which was always a big pain before, but now they get to leave their shoes on and we just have to take ours off.
We try to make it much easier on the young children traveling with families, and of course those older folks that are traveling.
Holiday travel can be one big pain, but planning ahead is this mom's key strategy.
Mom, let's go.
Yeah, Mom, let's go. Making it look so easy. Look, my wife, one time we were flying with our newborn and she brought the stroller and I said, that stroller's going to hold us up. Actually, our mom tells us it actually helps. They can, and Carmen, Devin, everyone at home, I'm going to show you the videotape right away. There's a lot to take in that tape, but here's the deal, guys. Every parent knows that a booster seat is for your child's safety. This 9-year-old girl had her booster seat right here behind the wheel so she could see over the dashboard, but tonight, investigators I'm talking to still don't know how she could reach the pedals. Just before 3 a.m. October 8th, a red van can be seen pulling into the Citgo gas station at Telegraph and West in Brownstown Township. Watch again. You can see the driver sitting up and pressed up against the wheel. When that driver gets out, you can see she's just a child, maybe 4 feet tall. and that's her father with her. Inside the gas station, the father makes it clear he's drunk and his daughter is his driver.
9 years old. 9. Gas, brake, listen, we're leaving, and she's driving.
39-year-old Sean Weimer goes on to brag about how drunk he is and how good of a driver his little girl is, driving him around in the middle of the night.
She drives us here, I swear to you. 9 years old, in the truck. We're parked right there. She drove all the way here.
Weimer buys his little girl a candy apple for her reward, and the two hit the road again. A customer follows and calls police.
Is the vehicle staying on the road?
She's driving pretty good. I'm telling you, I can't believe it.
Police can't believe when they pull the van over. The girl says she's driving just fine and asks, "Why did you pull me over?"
Like most adults would, she asked, "Why'd you stop me? I was driving good."
Wow.
Just incredible.
Just as incredible, a drunk dad bragging about his 9-year-old chauffeur.
Rest of the little girl is fine, right, Sean?
You know, she's okay, but Devin, she didn't want to drive that night. We're talking about 2:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and her dad had been drinking. Admittedly, she didn't want to go, but because the booster seat was here, they think that she's been doing this for a while.
It was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life.
What's your name, ma'am?
Beth McIntyre,
Beth, where are you from, Beth?
Lake Orion,
So where were you headed?
North Carolina, to see 2 of my daughters. My other daughter was with me.
Hi. I'm
This
glad
is
you
true.
guys seem to be uninjured as far as, you know,
We were
physical
in
injuries.
that Jeep right there that's up against that semi.
How did you get out of your Jeep then?
I can't remember how I got out. I blacked out.
She opened the door and we both slid out of the passenger or the driver's side, and we met this gentleman out there and he brought us into his car to stay.
What's your name?
Julie Soderman.
Julian, tell me your name again.
Beth McIntyre.
You two aren't in shock or anything right now, are you?
A bit. Yes, very much so.
Do you need medical attention at all?
There's so many other people who are far worse than we are.
Look, Lanisha McCann's home. We're in the living room here. She's got her vacuum cleaner out there, shards of glass all over the place. Here's just one window in the living room. Look at this. Completely blown out when the house next door is set intentionally on fire. A fire so hot that the home explodes. When I say intentionally, investigators are telling me that this was absolutely no accident.
That could have taken me and my kids out, and my house, and my dog.
It was an explosion that not only rattled Lanisha McCann's home, but blew the windows out and melted her side door. As the sun is coming up this morning, she's now having to deal with what's left of the house next door. It's sitting right in her driveway.
I heard the big boom and seen fire, so I immediately ran upstairs to get my daughter. And came back down, I seen it, called the 911, told them the house was in my driveway, sent my daughter down the street to my mom's house and got out the house.
The explosion happened at 1:30 this morning. The house exploded here on Sanilac. McCann's got her daughter out of bed and out of the house. She was worried the fire would spread to her home. Sources telling Local 4 this morning that this was no accident. There's evidence that gasoline was dumped all over the home. So much gas that when it was lit, the home exploded.
About 5 windows busted out, my side door melted. That's pretty much it. It's a good thing I had a brick home.
Wow, her brick home withstanding that blast. But listen, guys, as the sun's coming up, we're getting a much better look at all this debris. That was a brick home next door, guys. Bricks were thrown or fired from that explosion right into Mrs. McCann's home. If you've never heard of Project M, ask your kids. They probably heard about it today on Twitter, along with hundreds, if not thousands of others, including the Farmington Hills Police Department. It started with just one message on Twitter from a Farmington Hills teen named Mikey that there would be a party at this home on Briarwick in Farmington Hills, and he included the address. The problem, teens and adults haven't stopped passing that address along on Twitter and websites like Craigslist to the point where there's a new message every second. And people started showing up at the home at 9 this morning.
I'm here to party.
Right this minute.
Right this minute. I know it's a little early, but, you know, I figured I'd get my spot, make sure I'm in. Don't want to miss out.
The party was called Project M for Project Mikey, inspired by the new movie Project X, where teens left home alone host a wild, destructive party. At this home, the parade of kids coming by to see if there really is a party is nonstop.
Now it's a big deal, and people are trying to come in from out of town just to come to this party.
Everyone seems to be talking. I have friends coming from out of state.
What states?
I got friends coming from Ohio, some from New York.
They're really going to come.
Yeah.
But take a look who also is coming. Local 4 cameras are rolling as 10 police cars swarm the street after a report of someone trying to get inside the home. Finally, Mikey's dad arrived to make sure the home is secure. He says they live there part-time. Cops say the home is in foreclosure. Still, he's here to spread the word that Project M had been canceled.
They asked me, are you going to ground them or are you going to beat them? I'm going to talk to him and make sure he understands, what the internet can do.
One of Mikey's planning partners says they planned a small party and then heard from 2,000 people saying that they were coming.
We definitely didn't expect it to blow up like this, but things definitely took off, so.
Even with the party canceled, neighbors here say they're still concerned about what could be a constant stream of traffic the rest of today and tonight. As for Project M party planner Mikey, he says on his Twitter feed he wants to be famous someday. He may already be famous. In Farmington Hills, Sean Lay, Local 4. We're in Fort Gratiot Township where they got a reading of a wind gust just 1 mile an hour below hurricane force winds, a 74-mile-an-hour wind gust out on Lake Huron. Absolutely amazing, causing all kinds of damage in this area. Power lines down over here, trees down all through this way. There's a big tree down over there. Jeff Friedland is with Emergency Management here. What's the very latest at this noon hour?
We continue to struggle with wires down. We've had over 125 reports to DTE of wires down, trees involved, primarily Fort Gratiot Township, City of Port Huron, Birchville Township earlier in the day. Fort Gratiot right now is out on like 7 or 8 calls.
Well, it's the fact that the wind coming off the lake just keeps coming and keeps holding the way it is. It's coming in here at 25 miles an hour and steady and is not letting up. The wind coming off the lake is absolutely unbelievable when you get pelted with sand and it hits you in the face, giving you that stinging sensation. Amy Castillo had to stop and take a look. Amy, can you believe this?
I cannot believe it. This is the worst I've ever seen it. I mean, I've lived in Croswell all my life, and it's never, ever been like this, ever.
Are you seeing damage where you live?
Oh, yeah.
What are you seeing?
Trees down, power lines. I mean, I'm on my way to Port Huron right now. I mean, I can't believe the trees uprooted, huge trees. It's amazing. It's unbelievable.
Anyone hurt at all in all this?
No, we had 3 structure fires. Port Huron lost a commercial structure because of a wire on it. They had to do a defensive attack. But our crews have just been running constant throughout the night.
The Blue Water Bridge remains open, but there is a high wind advisory for the bridge. In Fort Gratiot Township, Sean Lay, Local 4. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sean Lay. Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News at noon. There are probably a lot of tired but happy Tigers fans all over town. The Tigers are going to the World Series for the 11th time in this storied franchise history. Let's get right to all the fun and excitement. We'll take you inside the team celebration, get the latest on World Series tickets, and we begin with the other hot item, must-have Tigers gear. Local 4's Lauren Podell leads off our Tigers coverage. Well, the Tigers are the top topic of conversation all around town this Friday, as you might expect. The sweep of the Yankees and prospects for the World Series was part of the conversations this morning as prominent Detroiters gathered for the annual Goodfellows breakfast. Detroit Mayor Dave Bing was one of the many on hand who said the Tigers team is coming together just at the right time. The mayor says how he remembers the 1968 Tigers unified the city after a very difficult time, and he hopes this year's Tigers can do the very same. The World Series is putting a national, even a global spotlight right here on Detroit, and the Detroit Convention and Visitors Bureau cannot wait. While the focus of attention will be on what happens on the field at Comerica Park, the Bureau will make sure the whole city reflects the excitement with banners downtown and at Metro Airport, and hotels and restaurant staffs trained to welcome visitors. The World Series could bring $26 million into Metro Detroit, as well as some things that do not have a price tag. But first, breaking news on the fiscal cliff tonight. A live look at the House floor. We're right there. The deal that's caused so much controversy has just passed. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year. Major movement in Washington tonight, as you just saw.
And it appears that right now there is enough support to pass this deal involving our tax dollars.
You can follow this ever-changing fiscal cliff situation. This is not the end of it. Happening tomorrow on Local 4 News Morning, as well as our homepage on our website. Click on Detroit.com. Still ahead, talk about a hot holiday item. Wait until you hear what was gifted this Christmas more than the iPad, the Kindle, and even toys. And here's a hint, you wear it.
I sure do.
And does it look beautiful out there this morning? Good morning, everyone. I'm Sean Lay in for Lauren Sanders this morning.
And good morning. I'm Paul Gross in for Brandon Rue.
Good to see you, Paul.
You too.
We just were chatting, so let's bring you in with us here talking about the weather. It was so nice to get up, see the stars, although it is cold out there. Here we are. It's down to the wire in the race to the White House with just 3 days until the election. And the candidates this weekend, they are not slowing down. Today, President Obama is slated to make stops in Ohio, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Virginia. Now, Friday, Obama used the monthly jobs report to energize his base and try to sway a few undecided voters. He also argued the report proved his policies over the last 4 years have put the U.S. on the road to recovery.